So I was supposed to record an intro to the vlog while I was out in LA, but I didn't do that. So here we are, and this is the intro. This vlog was a trip I took to LA at the end of 2023, and I talked with a bunch of really dope and talented creators that are just absolutely crushing it in their industry. I think there's a lot of game that is given out in this video. So if you have 40 minutes to stick around, I would definitely recommend doing it. There's nuggets that are dropped throughout from different people. I talk with a creative director from Young LA. His name's LT Visuals. He talks about how to get started and kind of the importance of connections. And then we talk with one of the owners of Real Goats, the music video production company, and kind of just like the whole story of how Real Goats came to be and just the importance of being a creator. And finally, we talk with the dude that I'm actually out there staying with, Half. He's an owner of a producer collective that I've worked with huge artists like Drake. He also owns a few other businesses in the music industry, and he drops a lot of game. And we're staying at his company's compound in Beverly Hills. Absolutely beautiful house, sick location. And then I also just documented the trip kind of in a fun way, like we're just chilling, because that's kind of the content that I've been consuming recently and liking, just the more raw. You're not going to hear any music, basically just cuts. There's a few things of text up on the screen, but basically like we're kicking it in LA, and there's a lot of game just being dropped throughout the video. I'd recommend sitting all the way to the end. Let me know if you guys like this style content, but let's go into the video. All right, so I just got to LA. No joke, this video has been rendering for 4 hours and 33 minutes, and there's still another 42 minutes on it. I actually rendered this video, but I didn't use the media encoder, and then I closed my laptop and I deleted like an hour and a half of progress of rendering from the airport. So yeah, use media encoder. Check out the little nighttime vibes. So I'm just gonna sit out here until this video renders. It's 9 p.m. right now, but back home that means it's 11. I'm super tired from traveling all day, and I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and catch a lift. So I will see you guys then. Try this out. Erewhon, it's all the hype. I think this burrito itself was like 18 bucks. It's very average. Okay, a little bit better than average. I just probably had one of the hardest workouts I've done in a really long time. And look at this, I'm at the Young LA gym, and back here, it looks like the sign's reverse. But if you go in the mirror, check that out. That's so hard. What?
Hey, Brian said he was gonna pull up, and he did. A little Young LA workout. I thought we were ripping some back and shit. We ended up fucking skiing and sledding, and it was good though. It was good. Different type of pump.
You gotta give us a little tour of the spot too after this.
Yeah, so you guys tour. Kind of a mess right now because we're coming off like a bunch of shoots. Oh, the shit you see online goes down right here. This is our in-house studio. So we do a lot of shoots, obviously, because we're always dropping. Save some time, save some money. Built our own studio. Pretty fucking sick.
If you were a younger editor, filmer, like what type of questions would you be asking guys like LT? On the spot.
Put on the
Same,
spot
yo.
in your own
Same with you,
video.
Brian.
Guys,
you,
Brian.
Brian.
Yo, get in here, get in here.
You go.
I guess first would be where to start.
Buy a camera.
Yeah,
Buy a fucking camera and just...
Everything's on
This
YouTube.
guy is...
He is.
YouTube. A lot of things I know, a lot of things I learned is from him.
Appreciate
so
you.
His main grind is posting content, teaching how to shoot content and edit content. It's
That's
just
how I
getting-
learned, dude. Like the people before me, like Max Novak, Justin Odisha, like all those people teaching. So I kind of just like figured out how to do that and then just posted my
There's
shit
no
out there.
secret, bro.
Yeah, there really isn't.
Fucking buy a camera or phone, whatever, and you go out, you use it.
It's a lot of networking too.
I would say my life
Opportunities.
changed when I went
Yeah.
to Texas. You know, like I took a leap, booked a flight, went there, made all those connections, and it opened up doors to everything that I do now. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna just sit in your hometown and think that things are gonna change. It's not gonna happen.
It won't.
Fucking book a flight, hop in your car, go somewhere, talk to people, just introduce yourself, and you'll be
that's-
surprised where that shit takes you, bro.
So true. I mean, like what we've been talking for like probably about a year.
Yeah.
Just through Instagram DMs. I was like, yo, I'm out in LA. He's like, come work out.
Yeah, and now
Is
we're
this your
shooting.
first time meeting too?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yo, wait, this is crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought you guys were like bit homies.
No,
No,
dude,
it's
just
online,
like
bro.
just reach out to people that you fuck with, and then
It's crazy.
And then when you're around them, just go link up. Yeah.
Wait, I'm shook.
It's funny.
Well, I look at him as the perfect example of like what you should.
I'm the product of these two.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, I look at you like you're doing what I should have done, what I wish I did earlier. You're fucking young. You're fucking believing in him. You guys are a team, right? It doesn't happen overnight. This shit like this is what's gonna get you to that point. You know what I'm saying? Collabs, networking, trips, waking up at 5, fucking driving 5 hours. You know, this is the fun part. the journey. Like I'm here, like people say like I made it. I'm like, fuck, dude, I don't think I'm there yet.
Bro, it's
You
just
know?
the beginning.
That's right. Yeah, I
We're
like
in
to
our
tell
what,
myself,
like mid to late 20s? Like,
yeah, I'm
bro.
26.
Yeah, exactly. I'm 25.
If you sit here and feel like I made it, then you kind of stop grinding.
What do you do
Like,
for the
kinda
next 50
change-
years?
Exactly. You kind of change your mindset. You get comfortable. But I sent him a package. Then next video, he's wearing the hoodie. I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I got his rug in my floor, bro. My girlfriend's like, what the fuck is shake sauce? I'm like, don't worry about it. You don't worry about it. It's important to get some exercise.
That's a huge
Get
tip
some
for
sun.
editors. If you're not working out or like going on walks or doing something active,
Dude,
do
getting
that.
sun.
Sun, communicating with people. Like it's simple shit that, but like some editors and people that like do content or whatever, like just don't even think about to do.
So LT was saying that he was editing till 3 a.m. Like, so my question is there a way to like clock out by like
Yeah.
7:30, 8 p.m. You're like, I'm done editing and I'm gonna get up at like
I think
5,
we talked
go to
about
the
this.
gym.
Last night was just a late night, but usually I'd rather sleep, wake up with a fresh brain, than try to like
Absolutely.
grind it out, like all-nighter. Bro, you're killing yourself. Your brain is fried. You're producing. The all-nighters are cool, right? It's like a mindset thing, like yo, all-nighter, fucking grind. But like your brain isn't all there, so you're producing shitty work, in my opinion. Like I'm not giving my best work. I'd rather sleep, wake up, fresh brain, a little coffee.
Well, there's times and places for it too. Like Black
Yeah.
Friday, you got to grind a little bit more at
Yeah.
certain times of the year, but like generally just getting a good
Yeah.
schedule.
If you have the time,
and working like
get some
6-8 hours a day, break,
Yeah.
wake up the next day and do it because it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Unless you're on a
exactly.
crazy time crunch, like
Yeah, there are times when
I learned, like,
Yeah.
dude, take your time, get a rest. You know, you'd rather work with a fresh brain than fucking sit there with like drinking energy drinks, falling asleep. Like that shit's. This is what it's all about, bro. You know, we all met online, and now we're together in person, working out, connecting, fucking chatting, sharing ideas. Fucking, that's what it's all about, bro. I love this shit.
they got so many garments. There was someone working out in the gym in this.
Damn, I've been up there
Damn, the ping pong, the pool, custom pool. That's sick. Lounge.
That's like a full-blown like restaurant bar.
This is. I don't even like drink, like really, and like this is sick.
Big Class A fans.
That definitely is like the best tequila.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
absolutely.
coolest looking bottle.
Yeah, I think that's why.
Look
It's,
at that thing, bro.
yeah,
It's like a piece of art.
no, it absolutely is.
So what would you say marketing wise for people out there? Like, what's the most important thing that you've learned in marketing?
Just consistency, you know, staying consistent with posting, promoting, you know, and doing it the way that there's no like right way, you know, to promote something. It's how you want to do it. People see like we're very, it's like a culture, bro. You know, just having fun. You know, it doesn't feel forced. Like our shoots are just like us chilling, making cool content. You know, people like that. People appreciate that.
You guys play pickle?
Yeah, dude. Want to run it?
I'm beat from yesterday. That workout was intense. I don't know if I showed, but LT hooked it up with a Young LA care package. So I got these pants, super fire, and then a few other things. I think the same pair of pants, but in tan, cut off, t-shirt. I think another cut off, yeah. One thing I've realized being out in LA is just how important connections are and just actually communicating the dope people on the internet. That way, when you're in a specific place, you can actually go up, meet up with them, do some cool stuff, connect, network, and it's just like that's the most fun part about being a video editor. Like for example, LT, that was my first time meeting him in person, and we had just been DMing on Instagram because I thought his work was cool, he thought my work was cool, and then I was able to go out to the Young LA gym. We were able to get a workout, meet some new people, and just have a good time. It's really fun to talk to like-minded individuals, and also it just allows you to do things that like you wouldn't be able to do if you weren't talking to other dope creative people. Like everyone has their own stuff going on, so like when you're in their environment, they can show you some cool stuff and like change your perspective. And I feel like this trip has really done that so far. Like for example, the dude I'm staying with, Half, he is super tapped in the music industry, absolutely crushing it, and just like us bouncing ideas off each other has just been so valuable. He has this producer collective called Split Mind, and they have a whole compound here, absolutely beautiful, just sitting in the back right now. You know, he was nice enough to have me come out. He's like, yo, just come out, kick it. That's kind of what we've been doing. And it was like last minute when he hit me up, but taking those opportunities that like you have reasons to say no to because it's last minute, it's around the holidays, all this stuff, you can make up as many reasons as you want, but like taking those opportunities is really what's going to set you apart, just because of the connections and the friendships and the business relationships that you're going to build over time by just being out around other dope creatives. Well, my buddy's in a meeting right now, so I'm going to catch a workout. So if you guys are familiar with the Shake Sauce extension, I'm actually out here with the guy that took my vision and turned it into a reality, Nate. Yeah. So we are kind of just chilling. I got some coffee. He got, what was that? Espresso. For the longest time, for some reason, I thought Nate lived in Canada, but like he's out here in LA. He saw I was out in LA and he's like, yo, we should go do something, get some food, get some coffee or something. So Shake Sauce extension. Look at this duo.
More coming.
So I've just been walking around here in Beverly. One thing I've really realized this trip is just the importance of like connections and also just changing your environment. Like I'm just around, like I feel so inspired, just around absolutely beautiful homes left and right, just to travel and change your environment, especially as an editor, like sitting at your desk all day and just like being stagnant and in your room and locked up. It's good to go out and travel and change your environment, change your perspective, see what other parts of the world have to offer, because like, I mean, it's just crazy. Like all these houses are beautiful and it really like opens your eyes to like what's actually possible. So I would say if you're a video editor and you're not actually like going around the world and traveling, whether that be, you know, you can figure out ways to make it work. And right now I'm just staying with Half, and I met him through just doing video stuff. I went ahead when he was out in the Hollywood Hills, I went and did some video stuff for him and in exchange for a spot to stay. And you know, recently he was like, yo, pull up. Now I get the opportunity to link with Joe, the developer of Shake Sauce, Nate, Half himself, and just everyone that's out here. And it's just really opened my eyes to how important like traveling, getting new experiences, connecting with other people that are talented and have the same mindset as you. Over the years, I've just valued that more and more. And the crazy thing is, every single person that I've been out here with, I met them through the internet. I first interacted with them in Instagram DMs or some form of social media. It's definitely something that if you're not used to, it's a little uncomfortable. But when you have an opportunity as cool as like, I don't know, the first time I went out to LA was actually to meet up with Half for the first time. Never met him. I got in a car with two people I didn't know, drove from Chicago all the way to Arizona to pick up my friend that I actually did know, Quinton, and then we drove to LA, and then I stayed out in a house in the hills for 2 months with basically strangers and one of my friends. It sounds kind of insane looking back, like that was kind of like a risky thing to do, but like at the end of the day, what was the most risky thing? Like I got there, didn't like the people I was with, and then just like booked an expensive flight home. Like yeah, sure, it cost money, but like the opportunities that have come from it have just been so amazing. Gotta switch arms, I'm getting tired. But I think it's really possible to have opportunities like that come to life. You just gotta go out and actually network through social media first, and then go out and actually follow through with those opportunities and then meet the people in person. Bro, come on, just like look at the environment around here. I know it's honestly like this house is under construction, but even still, just like the beauty around here is just insane. Like just a low-key house, like just walk by, take it in, get inspired, and then go back to your home base and feel inspired and regenerated. What's up, Brian? How's it going?
We're back. Boys got me going through
Crazy workout. This shit's gonna get me through it. That's an animal.
Brian pulled up, dude. I texted him late as fuck. Bro woke up to my text and he was like, bet, coming.
Yes.
Showed up.
Had to. It's probably gonna be a decently rough workout, but
We're warmed up from the other day. I'm warmed up.
I mean, I hadn't done something like that in so long. Like I feel like, and now that I knew coming here, I'm mentally prepared, which is a huge thing.
Brian was like changing colors the other day. I'm not gonna lie. He looked a little green for a little bit. I got nervous, but he pulled through.
Absolutely. I felt like I was gonna throw up the whole entire time. My brain was just like, yo, you should stop this right now. Like you can quit it and feel amazing.
Mental toughness, baby.
It's gonna say the same thing again today, probably.
Not a crazy one. It's kind of
the flow on this is nice though.
It's like a clean one, you know.
This looks good.
Match cuts.
Oh, I like the
I see
the
it.
light.
Oh, that's not a mess. That's the background. I was just,
But it's like a match cut is what you did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just changing the light every color.
Nice. So people sleep on clean edits.
Facts. I love how everyone's like incorporating the VHS now. It's fucking
It's like part of my arsenal. Like when I go to a shoot, I have my camera and my VHS.
the VHS.
We're always doing like outdoor shoots, and we'll go to like Venice or something and use
Yeah.
like the handball wall. So they were like, dude, let's just make a wall,
That looks like
and then we can come out here and just use it as a.
So this is just like the backdrop for a
Yeah.
shoot today.
Like if you look online on the website, you'll see photos with this background. It looks like we're at like this outdoor like nice place. It's
Literally,
just this wall.
the gym's right there,
Yeah,
and
it's like
the wall's
custom
right there.
made.
No, yeah, super clean. I love like, dude, my whole wardrobe is literally just black. So like, this is gonna go right in there.
All I do is wear black and skulls and fucking.
Yeah, this is definitely your aesthetic.
my
Like this
shit, bro.
feels like I'm supporting you by like wearing this. All right, ready? Yeah, hit something nasty. Woo! Look, oh, the fadeaway all off the gym.
Hey, free shake sauce for life if I hit this.
All right, well, hey, wait, just step back. If Joe hits this, I'm giving someone shake sauce. All right, yo, Joe won someone shake sauce in the comments.
First person to cop a hoodie gets shake sauce for free.
All right, yeah, I like that. Go support Joe and also get shake sauce.
Fuck.
Nothing but net.
You make that?
Nothing but
It
net.
sounded good.
That shit was wet. No, I just hit the net. Some of you guys may know Shaq for himself right now, but you absolutely know them for the real goats. He's one of
Three.
three.
Just met him halfway, introduced me via text. Now we're here in person. We're at the beautiful Split Mind headquarters.
Hap's an absolute genius, and I feel like he's a really fantastic dude. He's able to like connect people and really help people. I mean, he's helped me out a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Like-
I literally DM'd him probably less than 5 days ago. He's doing something that I already was a fan of, so I reached out. He hit me back. We had a great conversation probably like 2 days ago, and hopefully, you know, we're just trying to collab. You know, creators create.
I actually haven't even, since I've been here, got half on camera, so I need to make it a point today because I'm
They've
leaving
never seen
tomorrow.
half yet?
They have not seen half yet. How did Real Go get started, I guess?
The time in middle school, high school, I was already like shooting videos for people. I was making music. I was producing.
Shooting music videos or just videos?
It was like a bunch of random shit. Like before I even like knew what vlogging was. It was just random content.
I did the
You
exact
know how
same
it
thing.
is.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I just had a camera,
Sure.
and I would do it for everybody within the area of like where I was in Georgia. It was Savannah, Georgia. I went to Kansas State University. Long story short, and I met James Rico, who is the original like CEO, founder of the vision of Real Goats.
Nice.
You know, and we didn't know what it was back then. We were just creating. I met him. We went to a coffee shop. I was an artist at the time because I did a lot of things.
So you were making music at the time?
Yeah, I was. So I still make beats.
Okay.
I produce, and I've been now with that knowledge with audio. I've been doing more sound design with
Nice.
the video side.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I still love making music. I DJ too. I do a lot of shit, Brian.
I feel like all creative people are kind of like
yeah,
that,
you
though.
got to. Because sometimes when I get bored of something,
Yeah.
I got to do something.
Dude,
else.
that's what I've been saying recently. I've been saying because I used to label myself as like an editor. I just recently started saying I'm a creator because like I like creating a bunch of different things. Sometimes I love editing videos. Sometimes I fucking hate it.
Yeah. No,
Like sometimes I
exactly.
like making thumbnails for my YouTube videos. Sometimes I hate it. Like there's like just like different things that like I mean I just like creating because like
Yeah.
sometimes I'm inspired to make a new product for my website and sometimes I'm not.
Exactly.
Like so or even
Yeah.
just like simple shit like that's not even in the industry like creating food like
yeah,
you know what
no,
I mean?
It's a beautiful thing
Yeah.
to like just use your brain power in different areas, and
Absolutely.
that's something I try to stress to my audience and like people that follow my journey personally, because they know that me personally, on top of Real Goats and on top of building Wave Pool and then on top of DJing, because I literally go on tour as a DJ. I DJ for an artist, Kid Ink. Went to Thailand this year. Literally just got back from Nebraska, and then we're going to Europe in March. So
Sick.
it's fun just to like out. Like I don't know. It's just like when I take those 2 weeks to go to tour, I come back new inspiration. I'm
Dude.
seeing the world, and I'm like, I would love to make a movie about that one day, or I would love to do a doc. So it's like cool. So it's a cheat code for everybody out there. If you're a creative, don't fucking just box yourself in. It's definitely tough to be great at a lot of things. We were just talking about that earlier. But try your best to be good at it. Like I would say like my free time is another way to create. I don't know. It's like I don't go to the club unless I'm DJing, but I don't really do just stuff for no reason, you know? Like
Sure.
everything goes towards creating in some form of fashion. Some people may need to take breaks. I just love creating. So I do it in so many aspects. you know?
Absolutely, dude. And I was just saying that like the perspective thing, like traveling and being refreshed, and
Yes,
like that's
yes.
what I've been telling them like this whole entire trip that like this trip has been that for me because like
Yeah.
I'm from Chicago, so
Word.
coming out here, meeting other dope creatives like you, everyone that I've met throughout this whole entire trip has just been like really refreshing, and also gives me a different perspective on like creating as a whole, because everyone's got their own like sub niche area.
Facts.
Like you guys are nice with the camera and actually making videos, and I educate people on how to edit, and then half does audio stuff, and my friend Joe does fitness content. Like,
oh, sick.
So like, yeah,
It's good to know as much as you can, especially with people that do it at a, like, I don't know, I've been meeting more people that, you know, just been learning from themselves and their experiences, and that's super important. You know, it's dope that people can, you know, obviously go to school, go to film school and do all this stuff and just learn. Those are amazing. I wish I had that. I didn't know about that. Like coming from where I'm coming from, we didn't know
so
about film school.
when you went to school, you didn't go for film or anything?
No, we were just picked up the cameras and we were doing the damn thing. The GOAT thing came about because we had different names before. I still make clothes. I don't do it as often as I used to. But I used to put goats on shirts like randomly. Like before.
It was just your thing?
Because I used to just design shit, and it was like before like people used the GOAT term, like greatest of all time. It was just like because that shit, you know, caught a wave and everybody.
So it was like literally just the animal.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like the animal, and then like I knew the acronym, but it wasn't like a thing where people were like saying it how easy they say it now. Like in the comments, they're like GOAT. You do one thing nowadays, they're like GOAT.
Goated.
Yeah, it's just like you do one thing. You haven't done shit. But it was to become the greatest version of yourself. That's why I was like always. I'm very like inspirational, creative, and trying to inspire. Like my story, not the fucking. You guys are like, damn,
nah,
this dude
bro.
talks a lot, but like,
dude, people are gonna love this shit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, people
like,
are
bro,
gonna love
I
this shit.
come from like, you know, nothing with it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of my, like, I don't have nobody in my personal family that was creative or a musician. Like a lot of, they were just hardworking people. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it started from nothing for real. So no guidance, and it's good if you do have guidance. But this is for a message for people that like just feel like they're by themselves, because that's kind of how I was for a long time. But you find like-minded people along the way. Just stay focused. Long story short type shit, just keep going. I would say full time, but I was not making a living. Like I was just like, you know what I'm saying? I was locked in.
You were doing it.
Yeah, I was just doing it, locked in, but it wasn't like I'm killing it. And Kansas was super cheap, so like I sell a beat for like $500 and I'll be like make rent, and I'll quit any job I was working at the time. Like I was bad at keeping jobs.
Yeah,
bro. Like,
I that's definitely something I
really?
Yeah.
How many jobs did you have?
I had one in high school, or two in high school. One I had for a day,
That's what I'm saying.
and then I had like a few other just like random off spots, but like never more than 6 months.
That's
I
crazy.
think. Yeah.
6 months is a good time.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever had 6
Well,
months.
6 months. Yeah.
It's not good. Like if you got a great job, lock in.
Stay in.
Yeah,
like,
but
people,
like
nowadays people hate on jobs, but there are some. Like my friend Joe, he works for this company called Young LA. It's a gym brand.
Okay.
It's pretty big. Like if you know about gym, you probably know about that. But anyways, he has an amazing job. He does like a lot of creative direction and just like making he's learning so much, getting paid.
Yeah.
And then also like any time in his life after that, he can just use those
Sick.
resources
for sure.
to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, and like a lot of my friends, you know, they have good gigs like that too, where they're just like using their energy. Of course, they may not see themselves doing it forever, but you're using their resource, like you said. They're just like playing the game. Like I encourage people to play the game out there. Don't be dumb. Don't be stupid. Like understand your circumstances. If you have a family, take care of that. If you have responsibilities, take care of that. Like just don't go all in. I was an all-in type of guy, though. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't encourage it for everybody.
How young did you do it? Like, how long did you go all in? Because it's easier. It's definitely easier the earlier. I'm not gonna say like if you're watching this and you're like older, don't like not pursue something, but the less commitments and responsibilities you have, the easier it is to go all in.
Yeah, for sure. So I started young. I knew I was gonna do something creative and like not have these bullshit jobs I was working at the time forever. You know what I'm saying? Even like one of my first laptops, I was dishwashing to get it, and once I got it, I quit the job and I started just going crazy, editing, shooting videos, making beats, like whatever. Just create. I just needed a laptop. That was like my brain. Laptops are like your second brain. You know how it goes.
Oh,
like,
dude.
So if you're trying to go all in, I mean, take advantage of it early because you probably still have a little bit of help from your parents, or you don't have too many responsibilities. I'm 29 now. If I was starting over at 29, I'd probably most likely would get a decent gig because I'm not a dummy. Like if a company would love to hire somebody like me, just not to toot my own horn, but it's just like
you
I
can provide so much value.
Exactly. Yeah. And I know how to talk. I'm great at networking. I'm great at like just a lot of shit that like some people may struggle at. Whatever.
Well, dude, and life's long too. Like if you just need to like get a good gig, stack up some bread, and then like commit to it in a year or 2 years or whatever it takes. Like that's the way to do it. I would do it if I was like a little older. Like I started like making videos like all throughout high school, and then like went to college for a year, and then pretty much dropped out of college and then instantly just went all in.
Out too.
So like nice.
Drop out, boys.
But don't Yeah, like the earlier on is for sure the better, but
Yeah.
don't make it, if it's later on, figure out a way for it to work for you. Because I know I would have, if I
Yeah.
started later, I know I would have just been like, all right, cool. You got to set aside money for this, blah, 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 blah.
Exactly.
All right, let's go all in.
It's
now.
all about playing the game, bro. It's
Yeah.
like the cards you've been dealt.
I mean,
like,
life's a video game, bro.
exactly. I treat it like one for sure.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. So
Just finished up. I mean, honestly, it was kind of like a podcast. I'll toss some clips in here. Let me know if you guys want to see like the full thing. Maybe I'll make a second channel or, or something for that, because I think he spit some serious game. I think we had a really good conversation. I'll take some of my favorite moments, put it in this video. Let me know if you guys want to see like the full version of that video in the comments below.
we're not out here for no reason.
Yeah.
Talking good talk.
Yes, sir. So I've been staying out here for the last few days. It's Thursday. I'm leaving Friday. I've been staying at Half's place, and I keep on mentioning Half, but I never actually put a face to it yet. I've talked with pretty much everyone besides him so far, and I just, want to give a shout out to Half for, also having me, but also, I don't know, I think the theme of this vlog has kind of been like advice. I didn't really mean for it to be that way. I feel like everyone just was like, maybe everyone's like, damn, Brian, you need some advice, so they're just giving it, but
Camera gets put on you, you feel like you gotta say some like philosophical ass shit.
No,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? You're like, oh, okay, I better kill it because this camera's on me and I don't want to say some shit that's really stupid that I regret later.
For people that have been following the channel for a while, I did a thing where I stayed out with Half in the Hollywood Hills, 2021 sometime, early 2021.
Drove 30 hours road trip. And then we stayed at that Airbnb that was sick. It was a cool house, but it was ultimately falling off the hill, and that was a good time.
No, it was amazing. So ever since then, we've been in contact. I think since then, though, he gave me the boot. He was like, bah, you got to get out of here.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
No. He had producers coming in and stuff, and it was my time to leave. But yeah, since then, I don't think we've been in person since then. We've been in contact and talking and FaceTime and all that stuff, but it's been over 2 years. So it was cool coming out here, and like it was instantly like we had been just chilling like normal. But yeah, I don't know. It's really cool to see the progression of Half and Split Mind and his other business, Drumify, and going from the Hollywood Hills house where me and 4 other people were sleeping on like air mattress and couch, and now he has a full ass compound in Beverly Hills. It's absolutely beautiful.
Give him a tour at some point.
Just building that environment to be creative and inspired and to be able to do work. And I think another common thing throughout this vlog has just been like the people that are doing cool shit now had been doing it for so long, and it wasn't like glamorized before. Like now, yes, he's in a beautiful spot with a bunch of really talented and dope people around him, but at one point it was what, you were staying out of your car and
Yeah, damn. I moved to LA, and by move I mean like my homie had a spot and I could crash on his couch in 2016, and then over time I met people just by staying on his couch, and somebody came to me and were like, yo, my roommate's leaving if you want to move in, and I said absolutely. And I didn't even ask him how much rent was. It ended up being like $2,000 a month, which that was steep for me back in the day, but I just didn't care. I was like, yo, I got to do anything I can to live in LA, because this is, I can just tell my dreams are going to come true. Even the Airbnb that we were staying at, that to me was like at the time, I didn't tell anybody, but it was kind of like my last hoorah. Like, okay, I'm going to spend all this money on this place for us all to stay at just to see, like, does it make sense to keep doing this thing? Because I was at a real low, personally. I didn't tell anybody that at the time. Even just thinking like, yeah, that was 2 years ago, and we're now living in a beautiful home and have had so many records come out, and Drumify has been killing it. And just in general, I've learned so much. Kind of seems unreal, actually. I haven't actually unpacked that since you just brought it up. Like, wow, to have all that happen in 2 years is nuts, bro. It's crazy.
like, I mean, I literally started posting on my channel.
At the same time, pretty much.
Yeah, roughly around the same time. It was early 2021, so that's
You had less than 5,000 subs when I made. You had like 4,000
Bro, that's
subs.
nuts. So I'd been doing it for a while then, but not seriously. And then when I started taking it seriously and consistently, the amount of opportunities and amazing people and things that I've been able to do in these last, I guess, 3 years now has been absurd. And like the fact that it only is 3 years, like I guess I'm kind of just unpacking that too. Like it feels like I've been doing it for way longer, but if you're consistent and actually like put in the work, it's almost impossible if you're actually true to yourself and put in the work and actually care about it for it to not have some kind of success.
Funny enough, I was just talking to a producer today who was really frustrated, and he was talking about how he wants to give up. And I was like, yo, but that's the whole trick, is if you just figure out how to not give up and recognize that everybody else is going to give up along the way, because it's really hard to make this happen, you'll be successful. And success looks 100 different ways, right? Even the living situation, man. Like, I came out to LA, I didn't know anybody other than like internet relationships. I don't come from money. My parents are not like in the music industry. I didn't know anybody, and I just came out here and I just stayed out here as long as I possibly could. And LA is literally like a hyperbolic time chamber from Dragon Ball Z. Like, one day out here is, you can get so much done and meet so many people. And people say it's expensive, and I call that the opportunity tax. And people say that LA's fake, and I think that any city is fake if you spend enough time in it. This place has been magical, man. I really don't have any complaints. And to be honest with you, I had a pretty regular childhood. I didn't start really like suffering and having to sacrifice and really go through it as a man until I moved to LA, and I was just out here on my own with nobody to rely on. I slept in my car for, I slept in my car for months, and night 1 is fun. Night 2 is like, all right. Night 3 is like, I hate my life. I remember I used to go to the studio with Tory Lanez at 8 p.m. That's when it would start, and I'd get out of the studio at 8 a.m. and then I'd be exhausted, go to my car, and I'd try to sleep, and I get the worst sleep of my life for 2, 3, 4 hours. But I was still so invigorated because I'm like, man, I'm in the studio with so-and-so, I can't believe it.
That's been kind of the common theme with almost everyone that's been doing cool stuff, is like they didn't come from like crazy connections or whatever. They just kind of just like put themselves in the spot to take the opportunity and like actually put themselves in the position to win. Like I'm pretty sure every single person I talked to today, very, very similar stories, and now they're all doing very dope stuff. So this video is probably going to be long, but I want to include all that just so like anyone out there that's like, yeah, how do I do whatever? It's like, it might be a little redundant throughout the video, but like I feel like every person I talk to, it's probably the same for you. We all have very similar stories. Like people that are like do cool shit. Like it's like you want to do something cool, so you do the hard stuff to then be able to do the cool stuff. And then people are like, how did they do the cool stuff? It's like because you didn't see the sleeping in the car, or the 5 of us in the Airbnb sleeping on air mattresses in the hills. Like
Nobody saw that.
Yeah.
Shit. Nobody especially saw like the tears of frustration sleeping in the car alone for the 6th month in a row. Like, and it's not like, oh, boo-hoo, sad story, because at those, I definitely was having some pretty negative, depressing thoughts. Like there were times where I was like, yo, I just want to end life because this is whatever. But now I look at it, I laugh. I'm like, yo, like it really wasn't that bad. You learn so much. It molds you as a man to like nut up or shut up. And it's funny enough, like I look at those times and I almost miss those times sometimes because you have nothing to lose back then. So pretty much everything is a W, whereas now it's like, look around, it's great, but there's a lot to lose. Like there's people who are employed, we have a house, we have studios, we have a great business, we have developer, we have all these things now, and it's like now it's really nut up or shut up, and I got exactly what I asked for. So it's just funny where you get to where you want to go, but you didn't realize how much more pressure would be involved. You think the opposite. You think that when you finally get there, there's going to be less pressure, but it's actually just compounding pressure as you become more successful, and you just learn how to deal with it, or you don't.
And I think having like the starting point of like not having like instant success like gives you perspective, because now you can appreciate that you have your nice studio set up here, and there's multiple studio setups, and you have this beautiful view out your window. You can now appreciate those things, whereas like if you were just given them, it wouldn't nearly be the same. This would just be the normal.
Man, and I wouldn't even have known what to do with an opportunity like this if I didn't like fumble 100 different studio sessions.
Exactly.
Like, the first time I went to a big studio session was for Tory Lanez, and I remember I pulled up 2016, 2017, something like that. I pull up and I had 3 beats, and I was like, oh yeah, like these are the ones he's gonna go crazy. And I played 3 beats, and he was like, mid, ass, trash, skips all 3 of them. And then he was like, what else you got? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, what are the beats you got? And I was like, I only brought 3. And he was like, you came into my studio session, you only got 3 beats? What the fuck are you talking about? Get the fuck out of here. Yo, I'm gonna export every single fucking beat I've ever made in my entire life, and I'm gonna get it all organized. And I bought Mixed and Key, and I made this whole thing, and I refreshed, and I went back to the studio, and I was like, all right, bro, I got 200 beats. And I played them all. I didn't play them all, but I played a lot. And he still ended up skipping on most of them. Then I'm like, I had to go to the studio with Tory like 6 or 7 times until finally I played something. And he was like, and speaking of, that was the same song. He was like, yo, I'm gonna make you a tag, which was
halfway you going crazy.
It takes those L's to figure out how to like really work around.
Absolutely. And like to translate that to like editing too, it's like if you were given the opportunity to like edit a Drake video or a Travis Scott video, like right now, like be honest with yourself, are you in the position to actually be able to go ahead and create something fire that they would actually be like, yes, let's drop this? Or do you need to put in the more reps and edit more, so when you're given that opportunity you can crush it and then continue to make videos for Drake and Travis Scott? Especially early on, like I was looking for the Hail Mary play that was gonna like put me to whatever, but it's like if I got that Hail Mary opportunity, which is very rare, but if I were to have got it, I would have fumbled it. You have to be honest with yourself about like how much work you've actually put in, and if you've put in the reps, and if you're actually a good editor or, for example, producer or whatever. It's like, honestly, this all advice can kind of just translate to anything in life. But for music video, like, are you in the position to actually be able to execute and make a sick music video?
And the reality is like, no, you're probably not, and that's okay, because once upon a time, nobody was. Your favorite videographer, producer, doesn't matter. They've all been under the same struggles. So I do and I don't, but I kind of fear like huge moments because I want to build a really great launch pad. When that moment happens, you have a real like foundation to stand on and to do something with. Like if I would have had like a hit record come out 5 years ago, bro, I would not have known. I probably would have just been like, oh yep, I got a hit, I DM'd a couple people, got my royalty checks, made a bag or whatever, and then it kind of fell off.
I think that's why you see a lot of like people that go viral fall off, because they don't, like, it was one of their first pieces of content and they didn't really know what they even did. Like you might like accidentally make a sick edit, probably not like much so with beats or editing, but like more so you might make a viral piece of content, but you don't know how to capitalize on that. I think understanding and having a deep understanding and more of just a gradual trend up, like start working with bigger artists and, you know, get endorsed with whatever and just keep going up like that versus like this, you know, like I think that's just like a way more healthy way to look at it. Cause like I was telling Half the other day, like I'd much rather just make YouTube videos for like 10,000 of you guys for the rest of my life and just like impact you guys in a positive way versus like 1 month do 1 million and then the next month do like 5, like
and that's depressing too.
Yeah, it is.
Like to see a video go to 1 million, like I remember my early YouTube days, I had a video that got like, I think like 500,000 views, and then every single video I made, even though they might have been better, were never as good to me because they didn't have that same level of viewership. And the reality is like, it just doesn't, I wouldn't say viewership doesn't matter, but
it's
like
a good indicator. Well, and since this is a vlog and this is most likely going up on my main channel, it's most likely going to get less views than like my tutorials. So it's like my goal wasn't to like, if I wanted to make the most like clickable piece of video, I'd probably have a different thumbnail and a different whatever, but I just want the people that watch it to actually get value. And if you're this far into the video, you're definitely someone that's actually trying to get value. So appreciate you and making it all the way this far in the video. But like there's different objectives for things you do. Like what do you actually want to do long term? And if it's like make music videos for dope artists and stuff, it's like, all right, just start doing it for smaller artists and then do it for slightly bigger artists and then just keep doing that forever. Because it's like, what, are you gonna get the Drake placement of a music video and then just like stop, or like what's after that? Like I think like having like a goal that's not like it's cool to have goals, like I want to work with this artist, cool, but like if that's the end goal, then like what happens if you do get that opportunity or you do it? Like
then you'll be depressed too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we wanted to work with Drake and then we did work with Drake. Well, now I've like smashed most of the goals I had in mind, and there was a reflection period in my life where I was just like laying in my bed like, fuck, like this is amazing, but what the fuck do? I didn't think bigger than this, or I thought that this was the goal. And now I've just realized that, for one, helping people is the most fulfilling thing on this earth, without a doubt. And that could be donating money, that could just be mentoring somebody, that could be 1,000 different ways to do that.
I don't know, you wanna show them a little bit around the place?
Yeah, fuck it.
Let's do it. You saw me and Shaq sit out here and do that little like podcast and ask questions and stuff, but yeah, this is kind of just like the whole vibe. Tomorrow morning I might have to just hop in and just fucking do a cold plunge because it's warm here right now. Like you think LA's warm, but the water is kind of chilly.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty cold.
So the place we were just at is like up there, and the first night I slept the window open. It was amazing because I just heard this water right here that you guys are hearing at the moment. Right now, this is like the perfect time to see stuff outside too.
This is like a cabana thing that we're figuring out. We just got an outside TV.
That's cool. Fireplace thing?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, surprisingly it works pretty good.
I sat out here and recorded a clip the other day, actually.
There we go.
It was nice. Yeah.
Somebody's got to use this place.
Steven.
Sheesh. And then you got like Studio B, which I could tell somebody was just sleeping on these chairs. Who the fuck would do that? Because usually it's set up a little bit more aesthetically pleasing.
Awful play.
Yeah, it's all good.
Whoa! You can like cook food and stuff in here?
How are you? Yeah, you can cook food in here.
Not really.
You have the conference room, which has now turned into a manufacturing room temporarily, of course. You've got what was a closet now turned into kind of a mix of sorts. You can sit here and record a little thing. Usually this is on, and then you can be like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm so-and-so artist. You're now listening to whatever. You click submit, and then it'll literally be on Tesla radio within like 30 seconds. So that's pretty cool. And then you got this bathroom that Josh hand-painted
Whoa.
with Sarah. And then he did the the cheetah wrapping, so that's really cool. Yeah, just. Yeah. Okay, yes, sir. All right. I'll leave y'all to it. Whoa. I thought this was for YouTube.
All the guitars.
Shout out Gibson for giving us $40,000 worth of guitars. And you got the most important thing. This is a arcade machine, but they like took the guts out and put a computer in it, and it's got like.
Oh, this is like high tech.
PlayStation, right? You got Dreamcast, Sega Genesis, Game Boy Advance,
Whoa.
Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo. And we're just hanging out at this bookshelf. Psych. Oh, whoa. All right. Well, who put on the old lady lights? Jesus.
I don't know. The old lady light's kind of fire, actually.
So that's like the downstairs studio, which this is the main studio. They call it Studio A. That's like music term.
Little snack
Finally
bar.
noticed these.
Wait, that's Jungle Book. What the? I just noticed that. That's actually hard. I just watched Jungle Book. I walked all the way up there yesterday in the video, and like, I think way beyond. But yeah, I mean, just looking at this shot is absurd. Like, it's just palm trees.
I mean, it's so epic that people literally, tour buses come by here all day long to like sightsee. And then you have girls that literally come here to shoot TikToks and take pictures in the middle of the street all day long.
That's wild.
Non-stop, which helps me actually remind myself like, wow, this is such a rare opportunity and it's so special. People are coming over here just to take photos.
Yeah.